Wow, Neil Armstrong. Hey, wait a minute. You're supposed to be on the moon. I just saw it on TV.
Oh, there's a tape delay and with all solar winds.
Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork.
Don't see the curvature of the earth. That stuff is what?
GLOBEBUSTERS taking over. Bye-bye, moon man and rover. NASA so mediocre. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is GLOBEBUSTERs taking over. Gotta ride this roller coaster, but the truth is getting closer. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Get the shovel for the space hubble. Piecing up the puzzle. Need a burst of bubble. Evil gonna crumble, yeah? Sit down, be humble. Got the ball, you bout to fumble. You'll get mad cause I just fight about your uncle.
And then they call me the liar. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable the pathetic techniques that they have to use to prove their heliocentric model.
Pops at the president, Jan got the evidence. Arrows laying Jesuits and Zach Sharkum is evident that the earth electric and its residential residence is heavens, and I hope to settle in like some sediment. If we so wrong, why they lying to discredit it? That's not too intelligent. That's a guy not in court, but we ain't really in the settlement. It's time to awaken from the pseudoscience sedatives.
GLOBEBUSTERs taking over. Bye-bye, moon man and rover. NASA so mediocre. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is GLOBEBUSTERs taking over. Gotta ride this roller coaster, but the truth is getting closer. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is.
Inner World Productions.
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of GLOBEBUSTERS Tech. I am your host, Zach. Good times for all. And today we're going to be talking about the luminaries in perspective. Now, this is something that took me a long time to try to figure out, and I actually didn't figure it out. It was shared to me by a gentleman named Nick, who goes by Fukat Word here on YouTube. His video is probably like maybe even 8 years old now. Gosh, this has been going on for a while, hasn't it? And as soon as I saw it, it just clicked and made sense. And I've made a couple videos on this, and it's just something that I'd like to share again. I know some people have trouble with, visual perspective and placing yourself inside of an idea or a model and trying to think about what that would look like. Some people, it happens really easily. Other people, they have a lot harder time to do it. So we have a couple demonstrations we're going to show you tonight. One is in video form. It's a video I did on this a while back. And then we actually have a little model set up to where we're going to show you it from, the actual point of view. But before we do any of that, we're going to jump right in and say hello to the panel. We're going to start off with Mr. Kyle Adams. Kyle, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Doing really well.
Awesome.
Excited to be here as always.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you, sir. How was your week?
It's been really good. I've been studying a lot of Gleason's work, Alexander Gleason. He wrote a huge book, like over 400 pages long. And a lot of people really aren't aware of it. And those who are aware of it, when they read it, it's really thick, like not just in like length of pages, but the kind of vocabulary he uses. So it's a tough read.
Yeah.
This guy is like top tier, like really well educated, and like it's just loaded with quotes like all over the place. And so I'm like asking myself, like, why is he using so many quotes here? And I thought about it. I'm like, well, he's kind of showing that it's not just his opinion. He's not alone here. But I don't think he's like shooting for some kind of like ad populum or anything like that. He's just showing off. That's it. He's just showing off and saying, hey, I didn't just wake up one morning and say, hey guys, I think the earth is flat. No. He's saying that it's kind of the thing I've been saying for a while now. We shouldn't be trying to tell the world that, we should be continually trying to show the world that we believe the earth is flat because of our education, not because of a lack thereof. And so, yeah, that's exactly what I think Gleason is doing is I believe the earth is flat because of my educational experience on the matter.
It would be real neat to see somebody from today kind of translate some of the older writings. I have books from like the 1850s, and you're right, they can write like 10 pages in 2 paragraphs, pack that much information that it would take someone 10 pages today to write, but because of their vocabulary and the way they write it, it's so elegant. But yeah, today we're not as educated.
So it's been really fun to go through that with like a fine pick comb and do commentary on it. And yeah, it's been really, really fun.
Very cool. Very cool. And next up, we have Mrs. Cammie Nodell. Cammie, how are you doing this week? Oh, you're muted. Nope, you're still muted. Is the microphone muted? Nope, we will come back to you then. Karen B, how are you doing this week, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Yeah, just doing the planning for Flattoberfest 2024. That's all. Yeah, man. It's gonna be.
That stuff looks lit. Like just the size of it, man. It looks amazing from everything you've shown so far on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think it'll be really cool because there's lots of room and there's more than one powered stage area. So there's like a main stage and then there's another stage area off in another area. It's really cool. You'll see. People will see when they get there. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome.
It's the family reunion that, with all these kind of people that you never really realized were part of your family before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Legit.
To meet all your online friends, it's like, and then people that you don't see unless you see them there. It is kind of like a reunion in that regard because there's a lot of people that go every year.
And this year you got the space for it.
Yeah. And we're going to be able to do like so much room for activities, right? Because it's outdoor and we can have live demonstrations and we can have things set up like that measure, we can teach people how to measure the elevation of the sun and all that kind of stuff and how to make a sundial or read a sundial. Like we could do all kinds of cool stuff. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be like, I really am envisioning like a full on immersive, like all things flat earth festival where you can learn as much as possible about
just go from like this spot to that spot to that spot.
Yeah.
And people have all kinds of stuff everywhere. I'm hoping to see some frisbees and some hacky sacks and stuff like that. Because I mean, there's huge open field. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. Well, we will be showing a quick video, but let's see if Cammie, we can hear her now.
I don't
Are
know
you
if
there?
you can hear me now. Can
We
you?
hear you.
But it's no longer coming through the headphones. It's just coming through the computer.
Oh no.
So I'm not quite sure.
It's okay though. We're not getting any feedback or anything. It sounds
As long
good.
as you're not getting any feedback. Okay, in that case, I don't need the headphones because we definitely disconnected that. And I don't think I'm on the Yeti either. I think I'm just on the default.
It
But as
sounds
long
like
as
the Yeti. You sound really good.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I have that Chinese magic mirror. If you remember, we've covered some of that on the show with it'd be perfect with the sunlight and that to do demos on. I know we're looking at making a Rubens tube to show resonance and a lot of different hands-on things. I feel like, I don't know, this last month, maybe it's been in Denver for a lot of it, but I feel like I've gone backwards. And right now I'm just trying to eat and get my strength back and go forwards, because Denver just sucks the life out of you. I don't know how else to say it, but it's
There's a reason why you left.
Yeah.
there's a reason why I left is right. So yeah, it's good to be home. Good to be home and getting like better in that. And of course I got cred while there, because you get cred, you get your credit card stolen, you get all of the fun stuff in Denver. So staying away from everybody, getting better, getting healthy. Karen making me smile with pictures of newborn chickens.
So cute.
Yes, I'm so excited. The chickens are hatching. The little chickies, you can hear them peeping inside the egg. They go peep, peep, peep. It's so cute.
So, yeah, she's doing chickens all the way from scratch. So she's got them hatching today, and it's pretty cute. I've been getting little chicken hatching videos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's starting
Miracle of
to
life
get
is
built up.
amazing.
I am
Mhm.
so excited for this. So karaoke on Friday night, single mingle on Saturday night,
Mhm.
camp out for 2 days and 2 nights at the music camp. Children under 12 are free. Quiet camping area is available for families. So you bring your own equipment. There will be food vendor at the event. You can bring your own food as well. No glass, please.
Mhm.
That's a very reasonable request. Here's some of the all this. The link is in the description below. Yeah. Then there's a vendor exhibitor request form as well.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And
2024.
also, if you're going with a group of people and you're sharing a campsite, there's a group camper discount code that you put in there. But you got to buy
Nice.
all your tickets at the same time, but it gives you a discount if you're a group, if you're camping together.
Heck yeah.
A pretty good discount too. So,
Well, I had seen that you put together a little promo. One of
mhm.
the first of many, I'm sure, as you start adding more and more stuff to it. But yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna check this out before we jump into the show, folks. So this will be Flattoberfest 2024. So excited. Nice. I'm so excited.
I'd totally be there, but we got a new baby coming like right then. So,
Oh
yeah.
man, you know what? That's a good reason though.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, Kyle, I didn't know, but big congratulations.
Thank you.
Another flat earther.
Yep. Yeah. Exciting.
Exactly. That's what we want though. We're going to have a single mingle so that other people can also make flat earth babies in the
Yeah.
future.
That's right.
Seriously, that's what I want. I want more flat earth babies being born. We need that. That's how we make more, good humans.
Mhm. So, okay, so this is what I was doing about 7 years ago. As you can see real quick, let's go back to videos, oldest. Like I was doing some things on perspective and whatnot, but I was really, and I erased about 100 of these videos. I was doing it like day by day. I tried doing the sun and the moon here at the same time. I guess we'll click on the moon. This one's 8 years ago. Jeez, oh Pete, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while.
So this is from 8:45 to 1 a.m. So as you can see, our spot is up here about 1 o'clock. When was this? 5:20.
2016.
Yeah.
5/21/2016.
This is funny too, because I know exactly when this clicked in for me. Like we all have them. It was when Curiosities were in Colorado. We'd have to go back to that video, but I think it was in 2015. So this is going back in time, but it's important because once you see this, it's so simple, you can't unsee it.
I was doing every 15 minutes. Yeah, this was before I learned how to video edit really at all. It's all changing sizes and panning and doing all this stuff. But as you can see, the spot's starting to move over this way. The further on we go through the night here, you can see now it's way over here past the 2 o'clock, getting closer to the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And this broke my brain back in the day. I could not figure out why it was doing this. And I noticed that the sun does the same thing. I did a bunch of these videos. Let's see, where are we starting at? Okay. That's a horrible picture right there, but you can see the sunspot right here. Actually, you know what? This one I did was a little bit better.
I got a ton of sunspot video pictures that show the sunspots going like.
So this is, yeah, I was really getting nerdy with the sunspots. I was measuring, you know, with the protractors and showing like, yeah.
I did that too.
And you can see they look like they're wagon wheeling in the sky. Now, from if you're inside the sun, it's going to look like it's doing it clockwise, you know, from left to right. But if you're facing the sun from, you know, the outside, it's going to do it the opposite way. And this kind of broke my brain, right? And then Nick showed me in a video he did why this happens. And I'm hoping that this video right here, now it's about 13 minutes long. We can probably cut it short. It's going to explain it pretty quickly at the beginning, I believe. But if you guys need me to stop it or anything, just go ahead and shout out and I'll pause it. But yeah, this is more of a, not so much like sitting inside the model. This is looking down from a top view. So that might help some people kind of understand this. So here we
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Good Times for All, or Zachary Zabala if you prefer. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the wagon wheel moon explained in Stellarium. We will start off in Stellarium. It is a free site, and get it to line up so we're looking 180 degrees south, which is really in every direction. But as you can see, as we zoom in, you'll...
You're muted.
Sorry about that. Okay. Since I jumped forward, I just want to explain. I'm at the North Pole. That's where I put my longitude, latitude. Does it have it up here? +3, +1. You know what? I'm just going to play it for you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go.
Now we have gone to 90 degrees north. That's where we're going to start. We will lock onto the moon. We're going to set our date to 2/5/22. This will be the day Elsie King and I will be taking our measurements, as that will be the day the moon is passing over the equator. We will lock onto the moon. We're going to zoom in here. And we'll move it around a little bit. We're trying to find south from our position. So we get it kind of close. I don't think I had realized that you can lower or remove that atmosphere in there. or the ground part. As we zoom in, you'll see here we're going to get it to line up so we're looking 180 degrees south, which is really in every direction. But as you can see, as I'm going through the day here, the black dot on the moon to the right, or at the 90-degree point, isn't moving at all. There is no wagon wheeling taking place.
It's not rotating or
According
rolling.
to Stellarium, in our globe model,
Yes, exactly, Kyle.
from
Yeah, now this is according to Stellarium. This is what they claim happens. Now, I've never been up that far north. This is what I was trying to do back in the day, getting people from different latitudes to record the amount of sunspot rotation. Then we could, see if this actually lined up. Okay, let me go back here.
this is exactly what I hypothesized would happen. Now I'll show you what that means over our flat plane. As you can see, the red dot is to the left and the blue dot is to the right. And since we are at the pole, it doesn't matter which way we look down our point of view, the red dot will always be to the left and the blue dot will always be to the right. Almost making a perfect T when we look at it. Never changing their angles. They're always on that red line, the blue and the red dot. So, flat Earth, globe Earth, exact same from the North Pole. Now we'll go to Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is just down the road and where I'll be taking my measurements from
this year.
on the 5th. And we'll use this location. It is about 34.949 degrees north, so 35 degrees north roughly. We will line it up with perfect south. The one thing about Stellarium that's kind of weird is you can see through the ground. I'm looking at 3 a.m. I'm going to have to go to the afternoon hours here. So we'll fast forward it. And there is our meridian, our north-south line. Stellarium is really neat. The ability to line things up perfectly. I really, really like this for time calculations. It has this guy down pretty good. So here we line it up. We're 180 degrees south. We'll pause it so it stops moving. Get it lined back up perfect to the second. And there we go. Now, as you can see, just like in the north, from 90 degrees north, our black dot is to the right at the 90-degree mark right there. See that? But now watch what happens as we change the time. And since our perspective is from a different point of view, that dot moves. I was trying to find.
So our perspective changing is what's causing it. It just means you're moving the camera a little bit. And so the reason why we see the wagon wheel when it goes above our heads is because we are physically moving our head, right? By turning around. Okay. If it goes right over our head, it won't wagon wheel if we go like this and we keep our camera in line with it, following it. But if we turn our head, then it's going to appear to move, just like you moving the camera.
Yeah, like the equatorial mounts that they have where it follows it and it changes the, it turns it this way as well.
Yeah.
That will make it look like it's straight the whole time. But since if you keep your camera level, now it's going to be at a different angle.
Yeah, if you rotate your camera as you're turning around, then it's going to happen. But if you don't rotate your camera as you're turning around and go upside down, then you're not going to see it rotate.
Exactly.
Full grid. And that pretty much will tell you what degree you're looking at. geographically from your perspective, your point on the plane.
So see, as we get closer to 180, it started
So
off.
there we go. We're at our
We're about 2 o'clock.
meridian mark, passing south.
Now, for everybody, when it's south, it's going to look like that, except for, you know, if you're on the outside, the dot that's I consider this dot right here is dragging the moon around. Like if you put a stake on that dot and just drug it around in a circle, that's kind of what the moon looks like it's doing. That spot is always in the same spot as long as you're looking at it directly south. It'll always be over here to the right. But as soon as that thing goes by you and starts, and you have to turn now to look at it, that spot's going to move. It's going to shift. And I'll show you why here in a second.
And as we go forward 3 hours, it rotates.
We went back 3 hours right there.
Well, there's forward. We went backwards 3 hours. There was forward 3 hours, and it's rotating clockwise. So as it's passing meridian, the black dot will always be to the right. And from the north, we will see the moon rotate clockwise, except from the North Pole. Now here's what that looks like. Now we're on that 0 degree line there. And
okay, so we're right here. That's where I have us standing at 35 degrees north, which would be right on this line. This is we're on the 0 degree at 35 north. And we're looking at this circle, which looks, you know, when you're looking at it from here, this is directly to the left and this is directly to the right. But since I'm looking at it from over here now, not from the center, when I look at it, this one is kind of up here and no longer directly to the left of the center. And this one is down here to the bottom right. Now, this is going to rotate counterclockwise because we're looking at it from a top-down view. This kind of threw me at first. I was like, wait, why is it rotating the opposite direction? But if you can take yourself and put it underneath this. So this is actually on your top right now, not on your bottom right. Since you're looking at it from underneath, this is on top of this. You know, just try to do that. Try to put yourself below this piece of paper. So this is actually on top and this is beneath it. This is down here on the bottom and the clear mark is up here.
I can't help but feel like this is like directly tied into the whole Antarctica thing that is like directly under fire right now.
This, just the sunspot rotation from Antarctica alone, I think will destroy the globe. We don't even need a whole day. We just have to watch it go across the sky. If it rotates more than 10, 15 degrees like it should at 80 degrees north, then hands down, it's not a globe. Sunspot rotation from the poles should be 0. And then it gets gradually bigger the closer you get to the equator. Well, on a flat Earth, that would not happen. You know, it's not going to, the only place it doesn't rotate would be here from the center. If you're way out here, which I'll show in this video, it rotates even more than it does from even 45 degrees south rotates more than 45 degrees north. Yeah.
This is interesting. I'll kind of, I think we're still talking about like the inner circles here, but those are not the tropic. Are those the tropics you got there?
Yeah. There's the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn.
Okay. But the moon, it has different tropics though, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is just a rough model.
Yeah,
it's going to come 5 degrees up higher over here and go 5 degrees lower over here. That's why I just did it while the moon is over the equator.
Yeah. It's kind of a rough estimate, but it's not exactly.
And it does look different. Like when the moon is up here at the Tropic of this is 45 degrees. Sorry, this is 45 degrees. So the tropics would be right around in here somewhere.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing I would like to try and find out more about. Because Cami, did you have a Tropics of the Moon thing? I remember in your book from Oktoberfest, you had all kinds of really interesting maps in there. Was that one of them?
I think I do have somewhere. I don't know if I have it available tonight or not, but I
Okay.
do have, like, and again, it extends out a little bit past the solar tropic. So you just have a little bit of extension. It's not a bad guideline, again, using the solar, and again, it's just a 5% extension. So
Yeah. My question is whether or not you can even see the moon at all from that far away.
Yeah, well, they say the moon, just like the sun, but it does it once a month, where like about a week a month, you won't see the moon from the north when you're in the Arctic Circle. And when you're in the Antarctic, you won't see it for about a week, but it only takes a month to go back and forth, where it takes
Uh-huh.
the sun a whole year.
Hmm.
So the amount of time that it's, not visible is a lot shorter, but it happens 12 to 13 times a year.
Now, this is a very big question, but they're not going to. Well, maybe because you can see the sun during the daytime. So yeah, my big question is, can you see the moon at all from Antarctica?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a good one to know. Okay, here we go.
And right at that arrow next to the ruler, that's our point of view. And we're looking at the sun, and as you can see, the dots are no longer perpendicular to our ruler. They don't make a perfect T, it's more of a slanted T. The red dot is up above, and the blue dot is now below where we cross the center of that sun. But yet again, once it's on our meridian, the blue dot was to the left, or to the right, and the red dot was to the left, just like from the north. And we line it up this way, and as you can see, now our red dot is below the halfway mark, and the blue dot, which is kind of hidden by our number 10 there, I'll try and move it, but our number 10 there is above our perpendicular.
So the exact opposite almost of what we had seen on the other side. So it was about 45 degrees the other way and about 45 degrees this way, which makes it about a 90-degree rotation. Now, if we cover this more, or anybody wants to really get into it, I'll have a chat with you. From the north, it's really crazy because since you see the rotation, and we'll show you this on the demonstration we're going to do, you can actually see the sun do a counter rotation. Instead of going all the way clockwise the whole time from the north, you actually, at the beginning, you see it come around like this and do a little bit of an anti. Me and Chris both picked this up, and it broke our brains. It happened right around the same time because we were both watching the sun, but it only happens when the sun is so far north. When it's further out south, you don't catch that because the arc is different. So when it's real close, it's neat. You can see in a little counterclockwise, and then it starts, or a little, this way, and then it starts going this way.
It starts going the backwards.
Yes, which broke
What?
Chris and I's brain.
Well, I saw that in sunspots when I was watching sunspots, that they would go a certain way and then they would go backwards a little bit and then they would start going back the other way.
That
Yeah.
is wild.
Yeah.
And then
That
at the
is
end of the
really
day,
wild.
you can catch the same thing because it's so far north. Yeah, but it's all about perspective. It's really neat once you can wrap your head around this.
I don't see how perspective can explain why it would go backwards.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I'll
like I
show
said,
you
it's
how
all
to
about-
set it up,
Okay.
and
Kyle,
you'll
get
be able to
inside
do
a
it yourself.
spirograph. Get inside a spirograph diagram. I can even feel like retrograde in the way that the different loops, even though going in the same direction, you'll feel a reversal at times in that.
You say spirograph, I'm thinking about the spinning tops.
No, not a spinning top, a spirograph. Mhm.
Like the with the little gears that have the teeth on them,
Okay.
and then you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
the pencil in the hole, and then it goes around the gear.
So even if you do a big one inside the little one, you'll get pieces where it will feel like retrograde if you're like doing it from the inside of it.
Okay. Interesting.
We're gonna have to. I have a spirograph. We'll have to do that with graphics. And Karen, I know you've got a software on the Sun and Moon. I'm actually excited to pull some stuff together with you. I think it can be explained pretty easily if the software you have does what I think it does.
That'd be very interesting to see. Yeah, because I can't visualize it just by myself in my mind. That's just,
Yeah, like I said, it's hard for people to see this stuff, but maybe in the next presentation or the demonstration we're going to do, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I'm hoping. Yeah. Okay, let's finish this out.
lines coming off the edge of the ruler. Now we will go to the South Pole. And as I predicted from the South Pole, we should see the exact opposite from the North. We will see it move from right to left and rotate counterclockwise. Well, really, we won't see it rotate at all from the South Pole.
So this right here
And
is the
get
simulated
away
version of
from
what
the
we're
pole.
supposed to see, or is this what we're actually seeing?
No, this is the simulated version of what
Okay.
they say we would see.
Or we're supposed to see.
Yeah, and
So
I
this
don't
is
think
our
this happened.
standard of if it doesn't meet this standard, you're wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And it looks like we're getting ready to go through a new moon right here. I was just kind of looking to see what the light did there and what direction it's coming and going from. But as you can see, as I'm exactly opposite of what we saw in the North. Remember, it was to the right in the North. Now, in the South, we're looking at it and our spot is to the left. But it's still leading the moon. It's always, you know, moon moving east to west. That spot should always be in the western part of the moon.
Have you talked to Irio about this at all?
When you're
Is he like way down out in Brazil?
Yeah, I had asked him. He didn't have a very good camera, he said.
It's almost the exact opposite. Almost. Now here, when it lines up with the meridian, the north-south line, perfect. Blue on the left now, red on the right, so we get our opposite, just like in Stellarium. But as we go back out here to this mark, you know, a South Pole mark on this longitude line.
So a huge rotation there. Like it's no longer at a T how it should be. This is almost 180 degrees off, or 90 degrees off, excuse me, just from midway to the edge. And that was from the South Pole on my little flat Earth model there. So it's totally different than what the globe model shows.
You said
And then
you
I just-
talked to Fukat Word about this?
He's the one who taught me about this, why they
Really?
wagon wheel. And then I kind of built onto it with this saying from the South it should be different. But he's
I
the
love
one
the
who-
network. I love the Flat Earth network that comes. Yeah. It's awesome.
But yeah, that's the question I asked here at the end is,
Now again, we could get this in the sky, and it's just going to make it that much more of a puzzle, the sky.
I don't think
So
so.
it's-
though. I was saying from
I'm
the
really
South
just
Pole,
excited to find out what it is. I mean, I'm not going to change my mind about this not being a spherical ball Earth because of this. There's too much evidence. And here we go from 37 South.
What you're saying
Mhm.
there, I'm still thinking about, looking up at the sky compared when we're trying to observe the ground. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's kind of what you're talking about there in the video. Is like, oh, it doesn't matter what I see in the sky. Yeah, it's not going to change change my mind about the shape of the ground, right?
Exactly. Now, right here, you can see we're going to get a different, we don't even need to go to Antarctica. We just need somebody from somewhere in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe 45, 30 something, whatever. But it ends up being different. And I think I have another video on this that just, I actually go and mark it. I'll take a line right here and I'll draw it across this piece of paper. I made a bunch of these little pieces of paper. And it shows how the X's change size from different latitudes and how from the ones from the south are different from the ones in the north. So we don't even really need to go to the poles to do this test to see if it's actually, worth doing. I'd like to know what happens from down there.
Yeah, this is really fascinating.
Look, and this is real interesting because it almost lines up with the dots. Almost as if we should see
So remember when we were over here, it was more like at a 45, where here it's directly lined up. Before it was like this. So according to the globe model, from 37 north and 37 south, it should look the same, just mirrored, right? It'll be the opposite because you're looking at it from a different side, like the moon is. So that's what it should look like if we're on a globe. But even the sunspots where we see them, or the moon, like the angle of it where we see it from these locations, if it's different, then that's a killer right there for the globe.
About 180-degree difference. Again, blue dot on the left, red dot on the right. Exactly what we would see from the South Pole on a globe, or on the FE if that was your South Pole mark, you know. And then we go back out here, and it's just about 180 degrees. Those lines, those dots line right back up.
So we had about a 90-something degree rotation from the north, and then from the south, the same exact latitude, we had 180 degrees. That's a huge difference. And we should be able to, I mean, yeah, we just need somebody from down there to record the rotation. And I don't think they could have an answer for this at all. I mean, what would their answer be? Yeah. So that's that in a nutshell right there. What I'm kind of talking about. Now, for those of you who still aren't kind of getting it, if you don't comprehend what I'm saying, Cammie and I are going to do a little demonstration right here, and hopefully it'll tie it all together for you. So is there any questions in the chat about what we're showing here?
Just don't trust your phone, right? When you do it.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Apple who was caught, or was it Samsung? I don't remember. Someone was talking about, like, you take a picture of just a ball and in your moon setting, and it just slaps in an image of the moon.
I think it was Samsung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me?
I am ready for you.
All right.
Yeah. Let me enter the studio here. Okay. All right. And we are going to do one of these. All right. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's turn this light off. We're going to turn this light on. Okay. So I am going to sit directly under the fan, right under the center of rotation. And as you can see, Australia is kind of on the bottom right there. That's the AE map. South America is up and to the right a little bit. So go ahead and rotate it back this way. I've turned this light on, so this can be like our amount of it that you see. So I'm right here, nice and level. We have South America to the top right and Australia to the bottom left down there. Okay, go ahead and rotate it to the right. I'm going to try and keep my camera nice and level. And as you can see, it really doesn't change too much. As it's going around, we have Australia to the bottom and that one to the top right. So this would be as if I were at the North Pole. Okay, so now I'm going to scoot out a little bit to about halfway out. So now I'm like right here. I'm no longer underneath the middle. Okay, go ahead and bring it back over this way. But as you can see, when it's directly south of me, whoop, go back this way a little bit, Cammie. Okay, stop. A little bit more. I want to keep the camera level. Yeah, right there, it's directly south of me. You can see the X is nice and up and down, and where the continents are there, just like from the North Pole.
Hold on, it's not updating yet. Your video. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it updated.
Okay. So as you can see,
there's a little bit of lag there. Sorry.
Yeah, it looks like it did from the North Pole when it's directly south of us. Now go ahead, Cammy, and rotate it back this way. And as we do this, I have to turn my camera. Now, do you see how it's no longer an X straight up and down? It looks more like an actual X.
We
Oh,
lost the connection.
oh. Let me
Boo.
try again. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, it's weird because the Wi-Fi does not like to work in this room for some reason. Oh, I might have to go let myself in. Sorry about that. Let's see. Boop, boop. Okay.
That's good. There's no lag there.
Okay.
Much better. I don't know what you did to fix it, but yeah.
So
way
now
better.
I'm. Oops. Let me mute that up. There we go. Okay, so when I make my camera nice and level, you can now see that the cross isn't up and down. It looks more like an X. So go ahead and rotate it, Cammy, a little bit. And you can see as it's going around, it's actually rotating clockwise. Keep going.
Now it's back to X.
Now, yeah.
Or up and down, and now it's going all the way around. Oh, that's cool. There you go. That's very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's why it looks like it's wagon wheeling. As long as you keep your camera level with the ground, you're going to have to rotate your camera. Now, if I were to watch it like this and just watch it go around and rotate my camera with it, it would always look the same. But as long as you keep your camera level, like you see, with your eyes, that thing's going to do.
You keep saying keep the camera level, but you're pointing it straight up, so it's not quite making sense to me.
Well, okay, left to right level. Like I could do this and make it any kind of rotation I want just by turning it, rotating it.
Okay.
So you have to keep it level this way, like.
It's hard for me to understand.
Like not level like this level, but the actual base of the camera.
Okay.
So your picture is
keeping it at the same angle, you mean?
Yes, as the horizon. Okay, bring it around, Cam. So now I'm outside. Okay, stop it right there.
Oh yeah, you can see dramatic movements with the X.
Yeah. And as you can see it, yeah, this one's going to do about 180-degree turn. Go ahead and now rotate it nice and slow. And as she goes around, now here it'll be at the 180 mark and look like the cross. But as it passes us, it's going to keep rotating as we have to turn. And
that's really dramatic.
Yeah, much more than the north. So
this is genius, like what you're thinking about here. It's like, wow, I've not heard anyone talk about this before.
Yeah, but that's how I see it happening. That's how I see wagon wheel working.
Really sharp eyes to notice that.
Yeah, that's how I see it working too. I agree. I would explain it the same way.
And anybody can do this. You guys can, find a ceiling fan. You don't even need to put an extension out there. And just put up a little circle thing in there or just a piece of paper with, identifying marks on it. And then rotate the ceiling fan and watch. As you have to turn, it's going to change the way it looks. Even though it's still facing the same direction the whole time. The inside's always facing the center. It's not like it's actually rotating on your ceiling fan blade. But depending on where you stand, it's going to look like it is. And it'll change direction, whether you're on the inside or the outside. And then how far away you are from the center is going to change the amount of rotation. And I think this is the globe killer right here. I think that this could be a definitive thing that they can't defend. Because their model requires it to be the same on the north as it is on the south, because
They
it's
don't
a
have
globe.
other
Mhm.
intrinsic mechanics to try and
Yeah.
warp things. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
that's a good
strictly
point.
perspective based.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I hope that clears it up for why it looks like it rotates like this in the sky. I've been
Well, you never
seeing more
know.
and more people talking about it.
They might start to introduce dark matter to affecting things. You never know.
Yeah, they're real good at doing stuff like that. But yeah, I hope that kind of sets in. Is there any questions?
I think
No.
it's a great observation. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking about trying to think of people who could do this. And so Fukat Word is the one who taught you about this. And I think that right there says a lot, just because he's from New Zealand or something.
He's in
Fukat.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand, that's right.
Thailand, yeah.
Thailand, that's right. So yeah, that would be something he would notice, I would think.
Let's go to some of his oldest videos. Yeah, he does a lot of not just flat Earth videos. He does a lot of stuff about Thailand there. It's really neat. I love his channel.
That's right. I've seen his videos of him with the
You know what?
elephants and things like that.
Flat Earth and temperature test, Fukat News, Thai culture. This might be
Hello, Flat Earth.
This is one he just did. Yeah, I want to show you the video that broke it wide open for me.
We're still on you, the camera.
Oh, sorry. You guys don't want to see me. Here we go. Oh, no. Add to stage. There we go. Okay. This is just his channel. Full Moon Rising. Parallel lines of perspective. Oh, geez, he's got so many videos.
Mm-hmm. He was one of my favorites from back in the day.
Yeah. He's one of those people that can see it.
Mm-hmm. And he's really good at explaining it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a child could even understand it. That's what I love about Nick. He just makes it so I can get it.
And he's got a great narrating voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he
Just
does.
the way he talks is really fun.
Where?
Good day, flat Earth debaters and debunkers.
Yeah. Not caused by curve. Why would they lie? Oh, Nick. He's got so many videos. It had to be around 8 years ago, because I made mine right after I saw his. You know what? It might be in. Sorry, folks.
Well, rotation of the.
Okay, we're just going to go to here, videos, oldest, because I know I gave him a shout out when he showed it to me. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Let's search your channel, Moon.
Where do I do that? Oh, right here.
At the top. Yeah.
I thought I did a wagon wheel something or other in the title.
Right there, Wagon Wheel explained with Stellarium. Or no,
Yeah,
not
that's
that one, a
only
different
2
one.
years ago. Yeah, it's like
That's
old,
the one you were
old.
just playing.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is so dumb. But I leave it in there. That was the one I had written to mark my idea of a giant gyroscope. So stupid. Trying to figure it out, you know?
Hey, man, that's just
Mm-hmm.
how you get there.
Part of the journey, right?
And some people ask, well, why don't you take it down if it's wrong? It's like, because I didn't make a definitive statement. I was just asking a question. Yeah, I was wrong, but it kind of shows, you know, the progression.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 6 years ago? I know I saw this video before this. This video is gone. I know exactly what it looks like too. That's crazy. Did they take this? Is this one of the videos they took down? Why would they take down that one? It's just a cardboard circle piece of paper up on a ceiling fan like the one I've done before. But it's not here. Oh well, I don't know then. But I just thought I saw this because I went and I don't know. Okay, it's not going to happen, it looks like. Again? So that's it on the Wagon Wheel Moon, I guess. Did you guys see any questions in there?
That's potent stuff. I think great.
I did not.
I think you made it very, very clear with the video and the demonstration. So I don't know if there's any questions, but I think it's a good place to leave people as far as it being crisp and that simple.
I think I'm a part of a Flat Earth Australian Facebook group. I'll try and reach out to some of those people and see what kind of moon footage they have.
Yeah, I'd love to just get some rotations and some, you know, all I need is the latitude. It doesn't even have to be, you know, super precise or anything like that. Down to a degree would be more than enough to kind of get, you know, measure it down on an actual, like that piece of paper I had there, that little model. That's all
I always
think
like to
you
point
really
out
need.
the number of like southern flat earthers out there. All these people, oh, it doesn't work on a flat earth model. I'm like, if that were the case, I don't think we would have any like Australian flat earthers out there. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's it in a nutshell, folks, for why I think the sun and moon wagon wheel. I believe it's all based on perspective, and you can recreate it, what we see. Now, again, from the south, I believe it looks different than what they actually see in the south. If not, then we got some explaining to do. But again, the sky kind of breaks my brain anyway.
See, I don't see hard explaining to do on any of the scenarios. I see them as giving information. But if you look at where we have the magnetic fields and the 3 different rotations of magnetic fields, I think, again, it can answer it either way. Again, it's just gathering information at this point. Because if it's working at all like a kaleidoscope, or again, like magnetic fields do, which their properties involve circling and mirroring, you could easily have like a mirroring kaleidoscope effect on the south too that could cause those rotations to go that way. Again, it's information at this point.
Yep.
And that we can demo more. That I'd like to demo out with you, Karen B. I think it's a good thing for people to see on it.
It'd be cool to see in like a program.
It would be cool to see like on a program and doing it like in the visual. Do you remember? This is just like an eye candy visual for those that have seen it. You know, when we've done like the projections on my desk, and you'll see where they'll make the projections into all the different balls or the globes on my desk. Can you visualize that? And you saw how they were spinning on that. Well, each magnetic field is going to act a lot like a dome itself, and is going to do that. And then you're going to have your personal perspective within that. But again, if we have like a dipole loop and a quadrupole in the center, you're talking about 3 different points of rotation, your north pole and then 2 areas on the south. And if we really do have those 2 center points, you can get a lot of kaleidoscope and wraparound effects on it on the visual. So again, I see what
Mhm.
we're gathering is information.
Yep. So I see some questions in chat, not about what we're talking about, but Ducky, if you go back to angular resolution, I believe we did a show maybe a year and a half ago on the angular resolution limit. That will give you some demonstrations of light appearing to stop. I actually took a video of a flashlight across a long floor, and there was a lot of humidity and fans blowing, and it really messed with the atmospheric seeing. They call it seeing charts, and there's multiple factors involved, you know, turbulence of the wind, things like that, particulates in the air, moisture in the air. But at just like maybe 70 yards, not even, the light, you can watch it. It goes from, you know, seeing the light source to kind of seeing a light source to not seeing a light source at all and seeing the thing that's actually right behind the light source. So light doesn't travulate forever. And depending on the conditions, it can be cut off really quickly. So that's just one thing I would say to go check out the video we did, the live stream we did not that long ago, on angular resolution. Yes. But that's going to do it for tonight's show. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. If you have any questions, if you're checking this, you know, not live, you can go ahead and just drop them down in the comment section below, and we'll for sure read them. We read all of them. If they're, you know, valid and a good question, we'll try and answer it the best we can. So we're going to go around and say our goodbyes. Kyle, what do you got coming up this week, man?
I'm gonna be diving more into Gleason's book. So yeah,
Nice.
just pulling that out, and it's been really fun, like I said.
Awesome, man. I can't wait to see what you find in there. Cammy, what do you got going on this week, ma'am?
I'm hoping to actually get up and moving. I'm hoping to get over to your house, Karen B, and do some visual stuff if you have any time for us. I know I was supposed to do it this week. A lot of things that we want to get going on. So again, I'm just hoping to feel better and get my motivation back. Get going on some stuff. Get the life put back in me that Denver sucked out.
Yes. We'll help you out.
Yes, we will. And tomorrow night, you can see Cammy and I over at Iron Realm Media, the Have No Sphere, whatever you want to call it, show.
Friday.
We'll be there. Yeah, Friday.
Flat Earth Friday.
And you can see me tomorrow morning, about 9 hours. I'll be over at Iron Realm Media. We do the Ironworks every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, 5 a.m. Eastern. We have a lot of fun over there. If you want to hear me raw and unedited, using my, you know, early morning brain, it can get interesting. We'll just say that. But it's fun. We just make fun of NASA and Elon Musk and anything in the news we can find that's just, you know, crazy.
That's always fun. So
I'm relieved. Don't forget we have the debate tonight in about an hour.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Debate?
Biden and
What?
Trump.
We have a
Biden and Trump are
presidential debate
debating tonight.
Oh.
Well,
That should be funny.
Who's debating?
Trump and Biden.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
The earliest
They're
debate
talking about
they've
flat
ever
earthers.
had for a presidential debate.
That's right, with no audience, and they're doing it in a studio.
Yeah, a CNN
What
studio.
a joke! It's going to be like CGI Biden. They said they aren't allowed to have notes. There's no way that guy would survive trying to put two sentences together without any freaking notes.
It should be funny. I wonder if they're even going to be in the same room, because I could see Trump getting his mic cut off and just sitting there and still yelling at Biden. Just
yeah, that's right. They're going to mute. It's going to be funny.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Oh my
are they
goodness.
hosting on modern day debates or not?
Might as well be.
Might as well be, is right.
But that's going to do it for the show. Information for Flytoberfest 2024. You can find that at flatearthfestivals.com. Link is down in the description. I hope to see you all there. We've got some new toys for you guys to play with. And if you've never held a gyroscope in your hands, please come and play with my gyroscope.
Yes.
I want to see your face when you touch it. It's like the greatest thing in the world, handing, what's kind of like a toy, because it's not in a machine doing anything. It's just, and you hand this to a grown adult and you watch their face and eyes light up like a child again. It's my favorite part of all the Flattoberfest stuff is just handing my gyroscope to people and watching their reactions. It's great. So that's going to do it. Or wait, Karen, I'm sorry. What do you have coming up this week, ma'am?
Anti-religious scripture study on Saturday at 11:11 and coffee talk Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. And that's it. Working on the event and getting stuff prepared for that, and hopefully doing some cool stuff on the side with Cammie.
Awesome sauce. Well, you always have an open invitation to come hang out on Iron Realm. I think tomorrow we try doing it like every New Year's. We have a show prep in our Skype, and it's where we put all our crazy articles that we find for Ironworks, but we never go in there during the show. There's always enough like in today's stuff that we never have to go back into it. So because I think we got through like February last year or March going through all the old ones. So we're going to cut it in half. And we figured we'd go through, since it was just the solstice, we'll go through in the show prep tomorrow and see some of the crazy articles that started off the year. But you're always welcome if you're feeling frisky, that.
Yes, of course.
All righty. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. That was another GLOBEBUSTERS Tech about the luminaries in perspective. I hope that made some sense for you guys. I know it's tricky when it comes to visualizing things sometimes. Cammie will tell you Bob was the worst at it. You could not explain a visual aspect to Bob. He was just didn't have that. Yeah.
I learned to get creative with the little, like holding the little balls on the sticks, and that's what we really need to get back out to, because that actually worked pretty good. The
a visual demonstration sometimes
marshmallows and
yeah. So I hope that helped. Anybody who's having trouble kind of seeing that, and I think there's some actual test here that we could do that could definitively prove whether or not the sky is acting over a big flat disk or over a globe. I think we could probably do it in a day, to be honest. It's been years. I throw it out every couple years. Hey, does anybody want to kill the globe today? But, So that'll do it for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining us. Remember, be good to each other. Don't lie to each other. Open your mind, because there's truth inside. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.